L.A Noire is one of the most underrated games Rockstar ever published, and the fact that it never became the franchise it deserved to be is honestly criminal. The game took inspiration from classic noir films and turned that into an interactive experience that respected both the genre and the player's intelligence, and goddamn, when it worked, it was absolutely brilliant.
You fuck young boys, Valdez. Are you a madman?
L.A Noire pulled directly from classics like Chinatown, L.A Confidential, The Big Sleep, Double Indemnity, The Maltese Falcon, and many more. That 1947 Los Angeles was Jack Nicholson investigating water conspiracies and Humphrey Bogart navigating a world of femme fatales and corrupt politicians. Team Bondi definitely understood that Noir was about moral ambiguity, about good men making compromises in a system designed to break them.
Forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown.
L.A Confidential's influence on the game is impossible to ignore. That film gave us 3 cops with different approaches to justice in a corrupt LAPD, and L.A Noire echoes that structure. Clearly not much has changed, and recent events prove that we are living in a cyberpunk noir reality where the powerful still protect PDF files and abusers.
And best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter.
I thought you Marines were gung-ho, Cole. You have a 45, don't you ever want to use it?
Would you be willing to beat a confession out of a suspect you knew to be guilty?
No.
Would you be willing to shoot a hardened criminal in order to offset the chance that some lawyer...
No.
Would you be willing to plant corroborative evidence on a suspect you knew to be guilty?
No.
Chinatown's influence is all over the game's plot, especially the corruption reaching the highest levels of city government. Cole Phelps is uncovering something bigger and darker than he imagined, and there's a sense that the rot goes all the way to the top, and there's nothing one detective can do to stop it.
So who's supplying the drugs?
That's easy. Whoever knocked off the wharves in San Pedro. Jack Dragna, Mickey Cohen. Dope's been all upside down ever since Jimmy Utley started the long walk at Quentin.
You talk about it like it's a system.
It was a system, but those days are long gone.
We are supposed to uphold the law.
Yeah, and we do, but we can't change people. The truth is, everyone wants a license to get a little dirty now and then. Our job is to keep it manageable.
That's how you see it?
See it any other way and you better forget about being a vice cop.
The Black Dahlia case that runs through the homicide desk is based on the real unsolved murder, and the game used it to show how celebrity and violence intersected in post-war Los Angeles. Each victim in the game echoes Elizabeth Short, and the investigation pulls you deeper into the city's seedy underbelly.
The case of the century when you think about it.
Are you finished?
Yes, Skipper.
Good. Because there won't be any press briefings or commendations.
What are you talking about? We got the werewolf, the guy who killed the Dahlia, killed all the other broads.
You got no one. Mason was a ghost.
Can you at least tell us why, Captain?
Mason is the half-brother of one of the most highly elected officials in this country.
How high?
Beyond the moon for mere mortals like us, Rusty. There'll be no more mention of him. The city owes you both.
Here's where it gets frustrating. Rockstar published L.A Noire, saw it sell millions of copies and get positive reviews, and then just let the franchise die. Team Bondi collapsed after shipping the game due to the brutal development conditions and internal corruption and mismanagement, which is kind of ironic considering the game's themes. Rockstar bought the rights, but never did anything with them. No sequel, no spiritual successor, nothing. The potential for a L.A Noire franchise was massive. They could have done different cities in different eras, such as New York in the 1920s during Prohibition, or Chicago in the 1930s, or maybe even Las Vegas in the 1960s. Each setting could have brought new noir aesthetics and new types of cases. I mean, the audience was there, but Rockstar chose to focus on its online cash cow instead, milking GTA Drive for over a decade. I think part of the problem was how the game didn't fit Rockstar's usual model. L.A Noire was slower, more methodical. It required patience and and observation. Players expecting GTA with badges were disappointed when the game asked them to actually think or pay attention to the story and dialogue. There were also other issues such as the interrogation system's interface being confusing and how choosing between truth, doubt and lie didn't always match what Cole actually said, which frustrated people.
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth goodbye. Give me something, Belasco, or I'll take you back to the cells and tell the whole station you're a child molester. How long do you think you'll last?
Okay, I hear you.
But these were fixable problems. A sequel could have refined these mechanics while keeping what worked. The open world was gorgeous but underutilized. They meticulously recreated 1947 Los Angeles, and it deserved more than just being a pretty backdrop for driving between cases. A sequel could have integrated the city much better and also given players more reason to explore. What makes L.A Noire special is how it understood that noir was a visual and thematic language. The game used rain-slick streets reflecting neon signs, and an amazing jazz saxophone on the soundtrack. Every frame looked like it could have come from a 1940s crime film. The game perfectly captures the smoky atmosphere that defined the genre.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah, we know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out.
The game also got the moral complexity right. Cole Phelps wasn't a hero. He did terrible things during the war, had an affair that destroyed his marriage, and made compromises as a cop. The game showed you his flaws and forced you to deal with them. He is a detective who is damaged goods, trying to do right in a world that punishes righteousness.
You're the department pinup boy. War hero and crime fighter. What a combination.
I can assure you I'm no war hero detective.
Even playing it today, L.A Noire feels fresh and ambitious. The recreation of 1940s Los Angeles is still one of the most impressive period recreations in gaming, but it's impossible not to feel frustrated by what we lost. A proper L.A Noire sequel could have refined everything, better interrogation mechanics that clearly communicated what each choice meant, or more integration between the open world and the cases. The foundation was there for something that could have become Rockstar's prestige detective franchise. Instead, we got one brilliant flawed game that came and went. Rockstar occasionally re-releases it for new platforms, but that's just them being greedy as usual. There's no indication that they have any interest in making a sequel or spiritual successor. L.A Noire deserved better than being a one-off game. It deserved to become a franchise that pushed cinematic detective games forward. Instead, it's this underrated gem that people discover years later and wonder why nothing else like it exists. All that potential was lost because Rockstar didn't see enough profit in pursuing it. That's the real crime in this story.
'Cause